ready! Physical education makes every children stronger and every life longer. Good day everyone, I'm Eduardo Amora and I'll be your teacher for today. I'll show you some of most popular sports before we get started with our discussion. Today, we will going to discuss the history of physical education and sports in Greece, Egypt, and Rome, as well as the evolution of physical education in Germany, Sweden, the United States, and China, and also what learning and motor behavior are. First is the history of physical education in Greece. The history of physical education in Greece is the physical abilities were instilled in children at an early age. And ancient Greece created the first gymnasiums, which were in numerous facilities where games and races could be performed. Sparta was a big believer in physical education. Furthermore, the Greeks created an Olympics as a showcase of athletics prowess. What is the physical education in Sparta? Sparta-style training focused primarily on traditional preparation for military purpose. At the age of 7, a Sparta kid is confined in a primitive dormitory under the control of Paidonimus superintendent, in which the academic facility is known as Agorge. Paidonimus is an official in ancient Sparta who was appointed by the Council of Elders, or able to monitor children's and teenagers' behavior as well as their military and physical training. Agorge. According to the study, boys who exhibit symptoms of fearness or shyness were equally exposed to bullying and violence by peers and superiors, when girls display symptoms of weakness or romantic emotions toward their male classmates. They were known to engage in the bullying rape. They signed an undying allegiance to Sparta at the age of 20 and entered into actual combat, where they engaged in intense military conflict until the age of 50. And how about the physical education in Athens? At the age of 6, Athenian children began attending palastrate, where teachers is teaching the different physical activities, exercise, and sports. And let's proceed to the second history of physical education in Egypt. Many of the sports that are popular now were also popular in ancient Egypt. Long jump, wrestling, swimming, archery, athletics, kayaking, fishing, or various soccer activities were all popular among ancient Egyptians, according to the many paintings on cave walls and monuments. Sports in ancient Egypt were very similar to sports in modern time. Modern day sports have a rules, including choosing a fair rule, wearing uniforms, and announcing winners by awarding medals. In addition, kings and queens of the time have been very interested in participating in athletics event, which they finance with equipment. Sports was an essential aspect of the ancient Egyptians' daily lives, as evidence of the stone carvings, gymnastics, marathons, handball, javelin, high jump, archery, and weightlifting were among the most popular sports among ancient Egyptians. One of the most popular ancient Egyptian sports is the javelin sports, which was used for hunting sport for finding food. Archery was another sport of its kind that was a popular way of recreation in Egypt and popular fishing method. And the last is the history of physical education in Rome. Physical education in ancient Rome was founded on the concept of mind-body interaction, which was established by the Greeks. Physical strength was emphasized much more by the Romans as a vital component of a military people. Campus Martius. It was evacuated and covered with the large public buildings by the 1st century BC, including bath, touristic attractions, theater, gymnasiums, crematoriums, and many more temples. Buildings used for Roman reaction and cleaning. For the activity in general, see ancient Roman bathing. Bathing played a major part in ancient Roman culture and society. It was one of the most common daily activities in Roman culture and was practiced across a wide variety of social classes. Let's proceed to the development of PE in Germany. The PE in Germany, the period of nationalism, focused on development of strong citizens through the school community programs of physical education. Physical education should be included in the school curriculum programs, emphasize the development of strength and movement to mold youth into strong, hardy citizens capable of overthrowing foreign control. John promoted the use of parallel bars, rings, and a high bar in international competition. Some of gymnastic clubs called Turnverein took up his name, and the most well-known of these probably the SSV John Regensburg. The second, the development of physical education in Sweden. Physical education in Sweden teach how to acquire ability to develop strength, speed, endurance, and coordination ability. Per Henrik Ling is the Swedish gymnastic founded on Ling's foundation. There have been two streams of development. 1. Conservative, making certain form of gymnastic exercise subsidiary to the prescriptions of orthodox medical science, and the other extremely progressive, making this exercise a substitute for any other treatment of claiming them as a cure for diseases. Nachtigall. Nachtigall was apparently stimulated to begin teaching gymnastics after reading the Gottsmas Manual of Gymnastics in 1799. He was invented to teach gymnastics at the Westerberg School. Gottsmas was a teacher and educator in Germany, and it's especially known for his role in development of physical education. The third, the development of PE in USA. Development of physical personality, physical education in USA has an important role in achieving educational goals. According to a Senate resolution, it was acknowledged that elementary schools have a unique responsibility to teach kids information, skills, and habits, as well as create attitude that would help them to enjoy a fit and enjoyable experience. And the last, development of PE in China. China is concerned only by their intellectual excellence, and they neglect physical activities. Military training in ancient China include wrestling, pugilism, fencing, tripod lifting, horse racing, hunting, swimming, and also Kung Fu. Physical education in China by evaluating the development over the last 100 years with the goal of development a new physical education system. With studying a thing's growth process, we must consider its history, present, and future. The physical education development is not exception. And the last topic, what is learning and motor behavior? Question number 1. What is learning? Learning is a process of gaining new information, skills, values, attitudes, and reference through the acquisition of new understanding, knowledge, behaviors, skills, values, attitude, and reference. Humans, animals, and certain robots all have potential to learn. and there is evidence that certain plants can learn as well. What is the important in learning? Learning is vital to us because it allows us individuals to gain required skills and information through learning and knowledge in order to attain his or her specific objectives. Learning is a way of improving information and gaining abilities that will assist in achieving certain goals. There are 6 steps of effective learning process. Step 1. Cultivate a growth mindset to prepare for learning. Step 2. Acquire a new knowledge. Step 3. Gets new information into working memory. Step 4. Transfer new knowledge to long-term memory. Step 5. Practice and revision to strengthen long-term memory. Step 6. Recall from long-term memory. What is motor behavior? The studies of how motor abilities are used is known as a motor behavior. People mainly acquire control and develop skills that help them practice and enjoy physical activity. The majority of these applications focus on what to practice, how to practice, and how much to practice. Every forms of movement from voluntary twitches to goal-directed movements. In every region of the body, from head to toe, in every physical and social situation from play activities to group interactions is considered motor activity. From the first prenatal movement of the last dying breath, the evolution motor activity covers the whole life cycle. Motor control, motor learning, and motor development is a part of motor behavior. What is motor control? Motor control is a broad term that describes the general ability of a person to initiate and direct muscles function and voluntary movements. Gross motor control is ability of a human to move a large muscles group or segment of anatomy. The waving of an arm is an example of this type of movement. What is motor development? Motor development, the body compositions and development of a child bones, muscles, and capacity to move and touch his or her surroundings is known as a motor development because physical development is related to other developmental areas. Motor development is important during the child's younger months. Running, hopping, balancing on one foot, and throwing a ball, climbing upstairs, or riding a bike are all examples of gross motor development by the time children are 3 to 5 years old. What is motor learning? Motor learning involves learning a skills that then practicing with a goal in the mind until the skill is executed automatically. Learning to play a song on the piano, for example. Learning to play a song on the piano needs a lot of practice before the activity becomes easy and extremely executed. That is an example of motor learning. This is the end of our discussion. Thank you for listening and watching. Again, this is Eduardo Amora. Bye-bye!